So right here we have the Action 2 from DJI and we have the Hero 11 Mini right here. And we've mounted the two of them on this 6S freestyle quad because I think it'll handle it just fine. And we're gonna basically take the very same shots because they're side by side. They're both set to 60 frames per second, 4K, and they are both kind of set in medium stabilization. This uses Rocksteady. We have Rocksteady on, but we don't have Horizon Lock on. And this one uses, I think, Hyper Smooth. We've got Hyper Smooth on, but we don't have the boost on, so it's just the normal Hyper Smooth. Okay, and just real quick, they both have a wide setting, and I've set them both to wide. Wide is kind of in the middle of both of them. This one has more of a normal D-warp, and then an ultra wide, and then this one has a similar wider and narrower setting. We've got them right in the middle just to make it an apples to apples comparison. Now, of course, it would make sense to go ahead and do more videos down the line where we actually try all those settings, but right now they're just on their 60 frame per second, 4K default settings with their respective stabilizations on, and we're gonna see which one smooths out better and which one looks better. So let's check it out.
Okay, we've got them both recording, and we've got them both at about, yeah, pretty much the same angle, so that we can kind of compare. Move the GoPro, there we go. Same angle, both recording. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so here we go. I imagine this is pretty heavy, so I'm probably gonna have to give it some juice to take off.
Yes, and yes. Good job. All right, so a lot of people have wondered, certainly the Hero 11 Black Mini is quite a bit larger and heavier than the Action 2, but how will it do on a 5-inch freestyle quad with plenty of power and a 6S battery? That's what I'm about to find out. How does it feel? Does it feel like significantly different than the Action 2, which I've flown quite a bit on this quad, and similar quads to it? Let's see how it feels. Okay, here we go. Ready for liftoff?
Ready for liftoff.
Well, I will tell you, I have no problem ripping with this thing on there. But again, this is a 6S quad with quite a bit of power, and so would this work on a Baby Hawk or a 4S? Probably not. I do like a good 4S, but it's not gonna really hold this camera well. But the 6S, it's doing a great job so far. Yeah, this thing flies great. I mean, it flies great already. It's a pretty beefy quad. It's a build-it-yourself kit from Rotor Riot, and it's got great components. It's got good motors. It's got plenty of power. It's got a good frame. It's not a, it's not the fanciest, but it certainly is very solid and well built. I mean, it feels kind of like more of a truck than a car, if I were to make that analogy. But yeah, trucks are designed to haul stuff, and this guy is hauling my Action, this guy is hauling the Hero 11 Mini Black just fine. Got a little battery sag there from that move. Wow, it went from 22.2 volts to under 21 when I pushed it like that. Yeah, this really doesn't feel much different than the Action 2. I'm gonna guess that I'll get a bit less flight time with the Hero 11, but I don't know if it's enough to really counteract any quality difference. And we did do a comparison already where we flew the Action 2 and the Hero 11 side by side on this same quad to see how the picture looked, and we haven't seen the footage yet, so I don't know definitively if the heavier camera is worth the extra weight or not. All right, I'm gonna bring it in. Determined to make this landing happen. Ah, so close. So to answer the question, if the extra weight of the Hero 11 Mini is problematic compared to the Action 2, I don't think so. This thing, again, it's a 6S, plenty of power. It flew great with this on top of it. This thing feels very solid and rugged and well built, and it does have a replaceable lens. So if you did crack that lens, you could easily replace it by just taking this one off and putting a new one on. The Action 2 is great, don't get me wrong, this is a great little action camera, but it does have a glass screen on the back, which to me is probably the thing that's most likely to break, or this big piece of glass here in the front is also likely to break in a crash
Whereas this has less to break. It has a little screen here on the top so you can see the settings of the camera while it's rolling. It's a little LCD screen. But the lens in front, of course, could be broken, but that's so easy to change out and fix versus something like this where if that lens cracks, and I have cracked the lens before, you're kind of screwed unless you own DJI Care Refresh or Best Buy, refresh or whatever. So generally, a little extra weight, a little less flight time. I got to compare the footage to really say whether it's worth the upgrade. As of right now, this thing still flew really well with the Hero 11 on top of it. So, I'm hopeful that the footage is significantly better looking than this footage. Because this is a 2-year-old camera, this is brand new. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Ready, Set, Drone. Okay, that was kind of crazy. Let's see how it looks. I hope it looks cool. Otherwise, I got all out of breath for nothing.